Silent Night, Lonely Night, this is the Silent Gamer for Fun, JGM ShadowGames, and today we're playing another part of The Lord of the Rings, War in the North. And as per usual, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more gaming contents like this. Don't forget also to click the bell button for you to know when I will be uploading the next video. And you can now donate to my coffee in the description below if you can. And as per usual, we're continuing on chapter 3. This their guidelines not helping me at all. Like, what the heck? Like, seriously?
Another troll!
Another troll! For the genocide!
Come on! Are you serious?
More time. Looks like another ranger has hidden some supplies here.
Okay.
ambush! Come on, you face! Concentrate on his legs! We must make him fall! Ah!
Not yet. Okay, Beleram, finally.
It is finished. My people are avenged.
And behold, here come your kin.
My lord.
So this is
It would appear
Gwahir.
that you have done our work for us, Belaram.
Not I, Lord Gwahir. Your thanks belong to these three. Andriel, Farin, and Aradan. It is they who rid us of BARGRISAR.
The same three that saved you at Fornost.
Indeed. A remarkable chance that we should meet again.
If chance it was, your fates seem strangely intertwined. But be that as it may, we are doubly grateful to you. First for saving the life of Belaram, and now for slaying the giant.
We are glad your fallen kin have been avenged. BARGRISAR was a threat to all free folk. It is only fitting we should join together to destroy him.
Well spoken. But I wonder what purpose you have for coming to the Ettenmoors. This is no place for idle wandering.
We came seeking the servant of the Dark Lord, a man called Agendour. Have you any word of him?
Belaram has told us of that one, but I fear you have come too late. We have searched the Ettenmoors thoroughly in our hunt for BARGRISAR. Yet we have seen no sign of this servant of the Dark Lord. If he was here, we can be reasonably certain he is here no longer. My people will work to disperse the enemy forces that remain in the moors. We will be on guard against the return of Agandaur.
Then we should return to Elrond at Imladris. He will be anxious for news, and we have already been long away.
I will arrange for a messenger.
My lord, I owe my life to these three, and I too believe Agandaur to be a grave threat to the free peoples of the North, Eagles no less so than any other. If you would grant me leave, I wish to accompany them and aid them in their quest.
You ask a great deal, Balaram. I may have need for all my followers soon. Yet I perceive a great destiny awaits these three, and it seems you are now part of it. Very well. I will grant you permission to join with them for as long as you see fit.
Unless Balaram plans to carry his friends like sheep in his talons, he will need help. If it pleases you, my lord, I will gladly accompany them as well.
I too have a stake in this quest. Let me be the third.
So be it. 3 who cleave the air to match 3 who walk the earth. May fortune favor you all. Arminel, Baranthor, you shall be at Balaram's command. Obey his word until such time as you return to us. Now I must depart. Many forces are at work across Middle-earth, and many events take shape. I must consider what part the Eagles will play in them.
We are grateful for your aid, Lord Gwaihir, and your trust. Farewell.
You return at last. We grew concerned for you. I fear you have missed your chance to say farewell to the members of the Fellowship, for they have departed. Clearly you found danger in the Etenmoors, yet you have returned safely, and in the company of 3 of the Great Eagles, no less. There is a story behind this, and I am eager to hear it.
We found trolls and orcs preparing for war, just as we feared. And they were led by a renegade stone giant.
He was attacking the Eagles.
With the help of the eagle Balaram, we were able to make an end of the giant.
That was well done, but this is troubling. Why would a stone giant act in this manner? They have never been hostile to free folk before.
We took these tokens from some of our fallen foes.
That's Agandaur's Black Raven emblem, plain enough.
Then we can be certain he is behind the giant's descent into evil. But there are also other tokens here I recognize. These are the marks of the orcs of Mount Gundabad, far to the north.
What can you tell us of Mount Gundabad?
It is a great peak that stands far to the north, at the meeting point of the Misty Mountains and the Grey Mountains. Once, Gundabad was a delving of the dwarves, but it was abandoned long ago. It has since become a stronghold of the orcs. It would be hard-pressed to find a more dangerous location in all the north.
Do you think it is possible Agandaur is there, at Gundabad?
It may well be. From Mount Gundabad, the orcs have many tunnels and secret pathways connecting the hidden mines and orc holds of the Misty Mountains. The orcs can move along those routes in great numbers without being seen. If Agandaur is raising an army to fight for his master in the north, it is certain he will have traveled to Gundabad. The evidence you have uncovered confirms this to be so, yet we have no way of knowing if he is there still.
Perhaps not, but we should not sit idle waiting for him to begin the war on his terms. At the very least, we might learn what the orcs are planning.
To walk into such an orc-infested pit as Mount Gundabad would seem like folly, but you have proven your skill and daring many times over. And too, you have the Eagles to aid you. It may be that you will find a way to take the enemy by surprise. It is certain that, were you to destroy Agandaur, it You would cut the heart from Sauron's plan to make war in the north.
Then let us do just that. We travel to Mount Gundabad.
Your courage is commendable, but be certain you are well prepared. Mount Gundabad will not be forgiving of the unwary. Farewell, and may the stars shine upon your path.
Eridan, it is good to see you once again. We were beginning to be concerned for you and your companions. And yet you return victorious, upon the backs of eagles, no less. We are grateful to you for ending the threat of Bargrisar. The giant might have done great harm but for you. The trolls and orcs of the Ettenmoors will be dismayed by his fall. They will be slow to march against us now.
Have you seen any sign of the enemy near Rivendell?
No true threat, but our wardens have slain a few goblins that strayed near. It may well be they were scouts seeking the location of Imladris. Wolves are also roaming in great numbers in the wild. These might be no more than simple beasts, but the enemy has used such spies before. We must assume the location of Imladris is a secret no longer.
Is Rivendell prepared for an attack?
As well as may be, this is not a fortress. Secrecy has always been our best defense. Still, an enemy would find the terrain difficult to deal with. And we have a few useful tricks to play, as the Nazgul learned when they attempted to cross the river. Yes, we might resist for a long while, but if the enemy comes in great numbers, it will only be a matter of time before Imladris falls.
All the more reason why we must rid ourselves of Agandaur, as soon as may be.
I am glad you are so eager to come to grips with the enemy. Yet do not abandon caution completely. You will find few places in the north more perilous than Mount Gundabad. I only wish we were free to accompany you.
What prevents you from joining the hunt? Your swords would be most welcome.
Alas, our father has made it clear we are to remain close at hand as long as Imladris is threatened. Such is our duty, and we will abide by it. Otherwise, we would have sought leave to accompany Aragorn on his quest.
I too would have willingly followed Aragorn. But you have fought to defend these lands for so long. Why would you choose to fight in southern realms?
For many reasons, not least of which is the friendship we bear for Aragorn. We have shared many hardships and perils together, as we did with his forefathers before him. We would stand with him when he achieves the quest for which so many generations of the Dunedain have striven. And so too would we be there with him at the bitter end, should all our hopes fail.
You make me wish we could all ride south at once.
We cannot think only of ourselves. We have a duty to our father and our kin. And what use would it be for Aragorn to gain the realm of Gondor, only to find the lands of Arnor reduced to ruin and ash behind him?
I will not let that happen, even if I must shed the last drop of my blood to prevent it.
It heartens me to hear you say so. If you and your companions continue as you have begun, we truly have little to fear. Indeed. With you harrying the enemy across the whole of the north, the two of us will soon be on the road south.
I hope it will be so. Farewell.
Oh, hello again. Don't mind me. Speaking with you got me dreaming of the old days.
I have business I must...
Those who venture in... Those who venture...
Okay.
Those who venture...
Stronghold 160. 160. Ah.
I am grateful to you, Dunedain. Even our high areas were threatened by the giant BARGRISAR. You have my thanks.
What can you tell me of your leader, Gwaihir?
Gwaihir is the Lord of the Eagles. He can outfly the North Wind, and his word is law. Long ages of the world have passed since ancient Thorondor, first and greatest of Eagle Lords, soared over Middle-earth. But Gwaihir is the mightiest descendant of that line. He is wise and sees much that others miss.
Were you one of the Eagles that took part in the Battle of 5 Armies?
So I was, when the Allied armies found themselves set upon by goblins who had stealthily scaled the mountain slopes. I was among those who set upon the enemy and cast them from the cliffs to perish.
Flying upon an eagle's back is a rare privilege. I wonder why it is you volunteered for this task.
It was enough for me that Belaram wished to join you. But there is also this. One of the eagles the stone giant slew was my own father. You avenged him, and for that act alone I would bear any of you to the farthest ends of Middle-earth. And though BARGRISAR is gone, I still burn with the need for vengeance against the master that sent him against us, Agandar. Your enemy is my enemy. I will not rest until he is brought down.
I'm just hoping like you don't sometimes this type of stories like they're so cool, but just wait for the death flag. Whee!
Are you ready for a long flight to Mount Gundabad?
We are strong and rested. Belaram awaits you whenever you wish to depart. He is our leader in this venture.
It is a fine day for flying, don't you think?
Are you one of the Eagles who helped Bilbo Baggins in his quest?
I haven't met Bilbo, though I've heard much about him. My father was one of those who carried a dwarf, and later fought in the Battle of 5 Armies. I was considered too young and inexperienced to take part in the battle. I have much to do if I'm to match my father's fame and valor.
Are you kin to Balaram?
No, but he has always guided me. Balaram taught me tricks of the air and secrets of the wind. We often hunt together. He's shown me the fine art of snatching a wild sheep from the side of a mountain, and how to dive upon a wolf and pluck hairs from its tail. Wherever Balaram leads, I will follow.
Great eagles were not meant to carry burdens, Baranthor. I would not have you continue to carry us against your will.
I am more than willing. I had long begged the Windlord for a chance to prove myself. I don't fear orc, goblin, or troll. Let's return to the air and put fear into the hearts of our enemies. It is a grand adventure.
What do you know of Mount Gundabad?
I've never been there, but I know it's a high peak that lies far to the north, on the edge of the frozen wastes, and that it has long been infested with orcs. We do not nest there. When the north wind blows across the wastes, it racks the mountain with blizzards driven by fierce gales. But I will not be daunted by the north wind.
Hello again. What can I help?
What task are you working at now?
My fellow smiths and I have recently completed a great work. The reforging of the legendary sword Narsil. It was a demanding and exhausting task, but I dare say we created something worthy of a king. Now that it is complete, I've turned to work of a different sort. I'm amusing myself by practicing the art of imbuing gemstones.
Is there something I can help you?
I will leave you to your work.
Is there something I can help?
I would like to know more about Mount Gundabad.
I fear there is little I can tell you. I know only that Gundabad has been a refuge and stronghold of the orcs for centuries. The dwarves who delved it long ago did their work well. Gundabad is a formidable fortress. However, it was sacked by the dwarves themselves during the War of the Dwarves and Orcs. I imagine the knowledge the dwarves have of their own building methods, as well as their mastery of war fought underground, made it possible for them to take Gundabad, where other armies might have failed. It is a pity Durin's folk did not hold the fortress once it had been taken. They drove the orcs from Gundabad, slaying many. But it was not long before the foul folk crept back into those empty halls.
Tell me more of this war between the orcs and dwarves.
It began over 200 years ago, when the exiled dwarf king Thror attempted to return to his ancestral home of Moria, only to be slain by the orc king Aesog. To be avenged, the dwarves gathered from their scattered realms and waged a 9-year war against the orcs of the Misty Mountains. Both sides fought without mercy, but the ferocity and matchless weapons of the dwarves gave them the advantage. Aesog was slain by Dane Ironfoot, who is now king of Erebor. Yet the victory was hard won, and many dwarves perished before it was achieved.
If the dwarves took Gundabad, it may be that Farin can tell us more about the place.
He will have no first-hand knowledge, for he is too young to have fought in that war. Still, he will not easily become bewildered underground, and it may be his dwarven lore will reveal secrets that even the orcs have not discovered.
If Gundabad belonged to the dwarves, why didn't they stay once it was recaptured?
That is a question for dwarves. though few yet live who fought in that war. I suspect with the losses they suffered in the war, they believed themselves too few to hold Gundabad for long. Or it might simply be that after being in the possession of the orcs for so long, those halls were deemed no longer fit to occupy.
Mount Gundabad awaits us. Farewell, Master Elrond.
Gundabad awaits us.
I was surprised that Gwaihir gave you leave to come with us. From what I am told, he rarely intervenes in the affairs of those who walk upon the ground.
It is true, Gwaihir thinks first of the safety of his own kind, and he is more likely to take a dangerous task upon himself than to send another. He sees us as observers, watching from high above, but holding aloof from the affairs of the earth. He feels we should bear information, not burdens. Even now, the Windlord is considering what part the Great Eagle should play in the events that lie before us, though there may be little time left to ponder such things.
Have we put you at odds with Gwaihir by helping us?
I have served Gwaihir loyally for a long time, and he, in turn, has the wisdom to trust my judgment. He knows that I have chosen the wind I must fly upon, and my choice is this. I can no longer stand apart. I must act. Even an eagle must rest upon an eyrie that has its roots in the earth. We cannot entirely escape the ground, and the fate of elves, men, dwarves, and even hobbits will ultimately be our fate.
Your friends were eager to offer their services. Perhaps they do not fully appreciate the danger. What can you tell me of them?
Armanel is a seasoned warrior. He knows full well what he faces, and accepts it gladly. Baranthor is young, and eager to prove himself. But he has deep courage, and few can match his swiftness on the wing. But you need not take my word. Ask them yourself. They will gladly speak with you if you so desire.
I already talked to them.
We ask a great deal of you to carry us into such danger. Perhaps we ask too much.
I've already asked them.
I believe this is the time when all who care for the fate of Middle-earth must act. From on high, I see many lands and many people beneath my wings. In my own way, I am a steward of the North. In this hour, I will join with those who are bold enough and strong enough to stand against the likes of Agandar. For if we fail, there may be nothing left to watch over.
We are deeply honored to have the friendship of the Great Eagles, and especially one as noble as you, Balaram.
It is I who am honored. I am pleased to find such friends in these dark times. You may depend on me to the end, whatever that may be. Call upon me without hesitation. We stand ready to bear you to Gundabad.
What should we expect when we reach Mount Gundabad?
I can tell you little. The stronghold of Gundabad is carved into a great mountain peak covered in snow and ice. We rarely fly that far north because of the treacherous winds and blizzards that howl from the frozen wastes beyond. It is an ancient abode of enemies, and we must approach it with the greatest caution.
Have we any chance then to carry out this mission?
3 alone cannot hope to stand against all the orcs of Gundabad. Only stealth will serve you. We must search out a secret way that will not pit you directly against your foes, or you will stir up a hornet's nest such as you cannot imagine. I have seen you 3 triumph against desperate odds. If you cannot find a way, then no one can. My companions and I will be there to help as best we may, but once you enter the confines of Gundabad, there will be little that we can do.
Her point.
We will keep that in mind. Farewell for now.
Then we're stopped here for now. After this,
I hope we reach our destination soon, or this weather may prove more deadly than the orcs.
Take heart. We are nearly there, and this snowfall will hide us from the eyes of the enemy below.
Balaram, look! Above the mountain!
oh no, not this again.
Set us down! We can attempt to find a way into the mountain under cover of this storm.
There is little chance of that, with those creatures keeping watch from above. Once we land you, my comrades and I will draw off the beasts.
Just stay alive, you guys. Just stay alive. Because, oh my god, why do I get so attached easily by these characters? What the heck? Just be safe, lads. Just be safe. And that's it for now. That's a perfect way to... That's a perfect place to stop also, so... Anyways... Now we managed to avenge their kin from killing that stone giant, and also, well, I don't care if I forgot that name. He's an enemy, so not worthy of remembering it. So, anyways, there's still some side quests that I needed to complete, but I hope that I will be able to complete it before. But if not, then it is what it is. But sucks, but still, it will be fun to complete those things. But I hope like I will be able to find those items like such as those. So anyways, let's hope for the best, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more gaming contents like this. Don't forget also to click the bell button for you to know when I will be uploading the next video. And you can now donate to my coffee in the description below if you can. This is the Silent Gamer for Fun, JGM ShadowGames, signing off, and see you in the next part of The Lord of the Rings, War in the North. Bye bye!